Welcome to LOBEcast. Today you're gonna get a little bit of something special, a little spicy meatball we cooked up today. We have a Colts fan with us today. Ryan, please say hi to the crew.
What's up? It's a sad year to be a Colts fan, but we'll dive into that in a second.
And we got a Miami Dolphins fan and myself, Cruz. I sadly have chosen to be a Dolphins fan, and I am 33 years old, and my whole life, all I have seen is mediocrity. So, we're going to talk about that in this week's episode of LOBEcast. Ba-da-da.
Here we go. So tell me about this lifelong experience being a Miami's fan and how your season's going this year.
Everybody, if you would like to take a look, if I can even get it up, and that's what she said. These win records that the Dolphins have produced right here on this column. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger for everybody. Maybe your eyes just freaked out like mine did and you need time to adjust. Well, there you go. Okay, we've got a pretty nice start for the Dolphins for once. I must say, I didn't know what to expect for this season. I expected some crazy booms and some crazy berries. Let's just say that. Getting buried. I was expecting. All right? Did not happen. We came back on many times the teams tried to bury us. And we stuck our hand out of the grave and grabbed their ankle and pulled them in. And we got out of the grave. That's a team that sticks together all the way through, and I love to see it. We haven't had that in a long time. In fact, I haven't seen a team like this my whole life. You know, they say this team is comparable to the two great wide receivers for the Miami Dolphins that I never got to see. Clayton and Duper, you know, I never got to see them. But my generation of Dolphin fans, and some of you might be listening for the first time, welcome to LOBE. I never got to see anything really that exciting passing wise. We had Chad fucking Pennington. And Chad Pennington actually was a really good thrower for us. It was a good thing to see. It was fun. This is way different. My team in fantasy football has been Save the Dolphins. And it's been that way for a long time. Ask Ryan. I haven't changed
A long time. You've been asking the fantasy gods anything. I mean, you've had this as a slogan, as a statement of just someone please save the Dolphins, and one day it became your team name.
Yeah,
Of how desperate you are for any kind of savior, and I get the sense that this year you found a savior finally.
I hope, and I'm not declaring it and changing my name until we make a Super Bowl appearance, at least. Because this team hasn't really seen a Super Bowl in God knows how long. See, I don't even know. I gave up on the
Lifetime?
Dolphins. I stopped.
I mean, has made it to the Super Bowl in your lifetime, correct?
I don't. When was the last time the Dolphins have been to the Super Bowl?
No question.
So, 85 was the last time we showed up to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, I have not seen that. I was born in 89, people. That was when we had the great Dan Marino, I'd assume. And we won in 72 and 73. No, it was 73 and 74. Yeah. Yes. Interesting. The Dolphins have been in desperation mode for a long time. It has been sad. there have been years that I watched the first 4 or 5 games in total disgust and never watched the rest of the season. As a Dolphins fan growing up, I would have considered that blasphemous or, absolutely garbage of a fan. But no, when you put up a bad product and you keep expecting great results and all that you see is bad product, you might be insane. And that would be Leroy. Leroy, if you're listening, you think the Dolphins are going to be great every single year. And that, my good sir, might be insanity. This year, you were right. Finally. I think now you might be sane. Thank you, Dolphins, for saving Leroy.
The description you just had there of the Dolphins and how it feels and how you'd have to be kind of crazy to believe in this very subpar
franchise
service or product. It kind of feels like Dolphin fans are kind of like Apple fans.
Oh, yeah.
But finally, you guys put out a really good piece of tech that is pretty awesome this season. Like, you guys hit it.
So I've been scrolling, and you know what I've been seeing a lot? A lot of under 8s and 8s.
Under 500s.
Yeah. Either 500 or under. And then we throw a 10-win season or 11-win season in there every once in a while to keep the people aligned and happy. Some 11 years. Keep some of them believing. Where we just get enough wins. We haven't really been able to get the difference maker. And this year, at 6 wins and 3 losses, we kind of know our difference maker. And it might not just be one, because there's some people saying not a quarterback should be MVP, but a wide receiver for this team. Tyreek Hill. Unbelievable.
Both are on the list. Tyreek Hill and Tua are both on the MVP list right now.
I would put them there. Who do you put? Do you put Tyreek Hill over Tua? I don't know. This has been unbelievable.
Pat Mahomes wasn't still so great. I'd be like, well, that was the Tyreek Hill effect, but Pat Mahomes is still great. So, Tyreek Hill makes offenses that much better, or is it that Tua is much more like Patrick Mahomes than we all knew?
I would say Tua is like Drew Brees more than we all thought at all. Like, even though some people did think that, I would say the comparison has been spot on. This guy, I haven't seen anybody throw like he does in the pocket with like his predictions of where his receivers will be, his decision making, his ability to completely look off a pass and then throw to who, trying to get the defender or the DB to step up towards the left maybe, and he throw right. Mm-hmm. He's done it consistently and so well. The dude misses like not many times, and when he does miss, I'm like, man, did he mean to do that? And just like kind of like threw it into the ground, and he's like, fuck it. Like, Tua is really good, man. And we all expect perfection at the Dolphins right now because we are desperate. And I know that the fans are desperate. And if you're like me and you're just fed up and you're like, man, I'm not watching these games until you put out a good product because I'm sick of watching it, man. There's nothing been good. Nothing good to be watching. I haven't been excited to... I've been telling people this. I haven't been excited to watch a Dolphins game in 10 years. And now, I want to watch every minute of the game. It's that exciting now. And it's finally happening. And I never saw it coming. Like, I thought this year, they could be good. But I didn't think this would be the year that maybe my title for Save the Dolphins could turn into blank Save the Dolphins. Who knows?
Could be Tyreek Hill. Could be Tua Save the Dolphins. I will say this as a NFL fan looking in on your team, that It's like all the stars are. We want to put it all lined up perfectly for you. Last season wasn't any good, but it was because Tua was hurt, so we didn't know who Tua really was. Your team goes out and gets probably the best wide receiver in football right now in Tyreek Hill. I'm not sure. People might say Cup over him, but Tyreek's just ridiculous. And you have Tua, who is kind of a question mark. Turns out he's at least above half the league, if not in the top 10, maybe. We'll see if he keeps this up. And then you also got a head coach that fits your team perfectly in this
Yeah.
weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's strange how like I want to watch Miami games. I didn't care about any Miami football other than you talking about it. We went to a game when they played Indianapolis, so obviously I watched them. But I would never like Sunday be like, let's go check out a Miami game because they were probably losing. And there's
Right.
no one I really care about on that team when it comes to fantasy or as a player or as a talent. This year, they have an emerging quarterback. They have one of the best receivers that's just electric. They got another receiver in Waddle that's electric. So just seeing those two players with the ball in the hand is exciting. And then on the downside, like whenever the play is done, they go to the sideline and I get to look at this semi wacky looking like cool head coach. Think
Yeah.
about what he said in the last interview. That's just like I don't like it's all very intriguing. No matter
Yeah.
where the camera is, I'm like, there's a storyline. There's a storyline. There's
It's
a storyline.
fun. It's
It's
finally
all fun.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
all fun to watch. Yeah.
They made the Dolphins fun again. And you know what? Who might be the one who saved the Dolphins? And it might not be Tua, and it might not be Tyreek. It might be the coach you're talking about. McDaniels.
McDaniel.
Could be the guy.
Be.
It's crazy. Those three together with Waddle have put up numbers that are dominating the stat sheet.
On offense, for sure. Your
Oh
only
my
problem
god.
is your defense. You guys are
Unbelievable.
you guys are looking like a very familiar team to me. Maybe we can transition into the Colts, but you guys are, right now this season are looking like my old school Colts.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go back through right around the 90s, right when we were born. Uh, let's see, kind of mediocre for the 90s. Some 9
Oh,
wins.
it wasn't
And then
until 1999.
99. I wonder who
Mr.
came in the
Peyton,
sheriff
Mr.
took
Peyton
him.
Manning on this in his second season. That is what happened in '99.
A 13 winner, a 10
Mm-hmm.
banger, a 6, a 10, 12, 12, 14, 12, 13, 12, 14,
Look, you
10.
see all the Super Bowl, all the playoff. I mean, bursts, all those asterisks.
Oh,
Playoff,
yeah.
playoff, playoff. This was my childhood. This is what the standard of what I was used to seeing was playoff, 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 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you scroll up for me there? 9 years in a row. My teenage years, my high school career, we were always in the playoffs. All the way until 2010, which was the last year Peyton Manning was there.
Damn.
Manning goes to the Broncos, and then we get Curtis Painter for a year, and an abysmal year. Hey, I didn't even want to watch football in 2011. It was so painful. We had three different quarterbacks that year. Curtis Painter, Dan Orlovsky got like 5 starts, and then fucking Kerry Collins was in there for like 3 games. It's terrible. But might have been planned because there was a quarterback waiting for us 2012 that we drafted, first round pick, Andrew Luck. And look what Luck does his rookie season. We go boom, right back to the playoffs, 11-5. Another playoff berth, 2013. Another one in 2014. Luck is just on fire, taking the fucking world by storm. 2015 rolls around, Luck gets hurt.
Dang.
6 games in, only plays 7 games that season.
Ooh.
He has his ribs were broken. I think it was the year he got the punctured lung. Mac Hasselbeck had to come in relief for half the season. We go 8-8. Not anything we didn't expect. 2016 rolls around. Luck's still banged up. He's skittish. Our line's a mess. Everything's falling apart. Still managed some wins, but it's still 8-8. 2017, Andrew Luck's hurt again before the season even starts. We have to play Jacoby Brissett.
Ew.
Relief of him for pretty much the whole season for 15 games. It's like Curtis Painter's senior season all over again. 2018 rolls around. Luck's back to being healthy. He's back to being himself. Back to the playoffs. We're doing decent. Everything's looking great. We're on the up and up. 2019 rolls around. We're feeling good. Luck's gonna start. Right the week before the season start. Andrew Luck retires.
No.
Back to Jacoby Brissett for the rest of the season. That was what happened in 2019. So now we're back down. We go looking for a quarterback in 2020. We get Phillip Rivers, and Phillip Rivers brings us back from the fucking depths.
That's
Back to the
2020?
playoffs. In 2020, back to the playoffs.
Man,
we're feeling great.
Philly Rivers, man. Y'all should have
Philly
stuck with
Rivers
old boy.
Was old boy in it, took us there, feeling great. Fans are feeling great about, we could just buy an older quarterback. We don't have to tank like we did for Luck. 2021 rolls around. Phillip Rivers retires on us. We go out and get Carson Wentz. We're all thinking this is going to be good. He's a younger version of Rivers. Turns out Carson Wentz turns the ball over every other fucking play, it feels like. Anytime it's a clutch situation, that ball's coming out. It's getting picked off. It leads to a 9-8 season. And we end up getting rid of Carson Wentz. And we move on to Matt Ryan this season, which was the worst decision we've made since probably Peyton Manning. Because Matt Ryan was hot garbage and led us to only 3 wins the first 7 games.
Oh.
So we were 3-4 and a tie our very first week. And then the last 2 weeks we've had our backup quarterback in because our coaching staff decided we better just bench our millionaire quarterback that we just paid. Oh. He's no good anymore, apparently.
I didn't even know you guys benched Matt Ryan.
We benched him 2 weeks ago for our backup. Our backup has sucked. We just currently put up 0 points against the Patriots last week.
Oh.
Yeah. It was.
I had the defense in fantasy.
I had like 44 points or something like that, which is ridiculous. I watched the first quarter, and it was the same stuff I'd seen the week before. You know what this feeling is like. You just talked about it. I am literally you 2 years ago watching Dolphin games like, I'll watch the first quarter. I can see the writing on the wall. We're going nowhere. We can't get a push. Everyone's hurt. Our quarterback sucks.
You see it in the first 2 seconds of every play.
It's just so hard to watch. That I took a nap last Sunday. I was like, I'm just gonna go take a nap. I'm tired.
Damn.
I don't even care right now.
Defeated.
Woke up to fucking 0-21 right now. Cool. Well, I turned on Red Zone. I didn't watch a minute of Colts football past the first quarter last Sunday. Cause why?
Why?
Why go through this torture knowing what I'm not sitting through all that.
I tell you what.
That is the state of how I feel about my team right now. And by the way, we just fired our head coach.
Oh my God.
They fired the head coach. They fired the offensive coordinator 2 weeks ago.
No
OC. No head coach who also called offensive plays. So we're on to our 3rd play caller in the building.
They don't even know. Who is it?
And I'll get to that in a second. So we fire Frank Wright, and the same day, 7 hours later, we hire a new head coach. I'm like, okay, who we got? It says ESPN analyst, and I'm reading it. I'm like, oh wow. Did we get Rex Ryan?
Oh.
Dude, Rex Ryan would be awesome.
Now that's a coach.
Defense. My God, he's on ESPN. And then the next words are ESPN analyst Jeff Saturday.
Oh, interesting. Mixed feelings there.
I had some mixed feelings. I went, What the fuck are we doing on a fundamental level? Setting. One second. So, sorry about that. Family emergency for a second. That happened. But when the Jeff Saturday news broke, I had the feeling of what the fuck are we doing as a franchise, letting a $7 billion. I think the Washington franchise is for sale. So at least a $7 billion franchise minimum. We're
And I think we have lost Ryan. But if you're enjoying this content so far, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. If you're new with us, this is how it goes. Sometimes you have to improvise, and he looks like he's back. Ryan, you are back with us. It's all good. Welcome. We were just about to tell you we were gonna wrap it up, but he's back.
sorry about that. My web browser refreshed itself.
Well,
Something strange.
so you were saying, $9 billion franchise that Jeff
A $9
Bezos
billion
might buy.
a $9 billion franchise that we handed the keys over to Jeff Saturday, who's never coached a college game or a professional game in his life. He coached high school, but it just seemed like when I first read it, I went, "Really? We're gonna let someone with almost no coaching experience coach multi-billion-dollar franchise?"
See, now you got
Okay.
me interested, though, right? I was just
But,
saying,
but,
what
but
what do
then
you?
my fandom took over,
Right.
where I was like, I love Jeff Saturday though. I loved when you scroll down a little bit,
Yeah.
and we go back to the
Oh
Peyton
yes.
Manning
What
nine
all
nine
those
fucking
divine
seasons in a
years?
row.
11, I
All of
believe.
those seasons were all Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning. And Jeff Saturday, there's a historic video of Peyton Manning yelling at Jeff Saturday on the sideline saying, "Jeff, you shut up! Don't call the plays, Jeff. Don't you fucking be out there calling plays." Like he's telling him, "Stop calling the offense. Let me call the offense." Because that's how smart Jeff Saturday is at football. Like he knows everything that quarterback knows.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have to
he
literally call the
knows the
play.
game. And if some people don't know this about Jeff, but uh, on the offensive side of the ball, pregame when they have the offensive huddle and they go to break and trying to get the offense hyped up for about what's about to happen in the game, Jeff Saturday led a bunch of those all the time. Very vocal. He's very good at getting people hyped up. So I think he'll be a really good head coach as far as getting his players to play for him. I just don't know how the analytics, the play calling, the scheming's going to go for him. He's even said it in his press conferences this week that he hasn't named a particular, like he has a play caller, yes, who he named the official play caller, but it's more of a committee than anything. And he's really looking at the Colts' remaining coaching staff. That's down 3 coaches now from the beginning of the season. Um, Kind of just stay in their roles and keep the ball rolling because he doesn't. I mean, he was very honest. He without saying it, he basically said, "I don't really have a game plan on how to schematically run this team, and basically here get these players to play best ball they can to get them hyped and function as like a figurehead more than a schemer." So
Look, so some people say when you what happens when you start shooting a basketball wrong, or like say you're whatever sport you're in, you start playing bad. What do people say? Go back to the fundamentals, right?
mhm.
So take out the fucking nonsense. What do the Colts have? A fucking hell of a good running back. They have
Yep.
they have some power in the O line. sometimes.
They had 3 Pro Bowlers on that offensive line last year. 1 retired, 2 are still there, but they've been playing terrible all season.
So I think we get back to the fundamentals with the coach that literally you have to have fundamentals constantly on an O line. And who else would you want coaching your team on the O line? That a team that is like revolving around the O line. I want an O line coach, man. Screw it. He might make the best offensive line in the league, and then what happens when you have the best offensive line in the league? We always say you might have the best offense.
Yeah, I mean, it makes everything easier. That's for sure.
I like the move. Like you were saying though, it's like, man, he doesn't have playing call experience. Like, but then you're like, man, does he need that? He already was basically calling plays in the game
Right.
before. You have to, as a center, you have to call the play for the O line all the time.
I guess my concerns, maybe not even in the play calling stuff. My concerns are like situational things. The pressure of like, what do I do here? It's fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. It's 4th and 3 at my opponent's 42-yard line. Should I go for this? And then what is he gonna decide to do in those situations?
Well,
Our team, who has got a terrible kicker, and our punter's nothing to write home about. So like, it'd be interesting to see what Jeff Saturday does in those situations. Not that Frank was making better calls or anything like that, because he wasn't. Oh, that's the other thing. It's like, what's he gonna do? Make us look worse? I mean, our expectations are. I don't expect to win a game. So if we win any games from here, like, hey, you're doing better than I expected, at least.
that's the thing. You come in.
Really, I don't see a team in the entire NFL that is worse than our team right now.
Why give a prospecting head coach that what people are upset that they didn't give, like, I don't know, Rex Ryan or some coach that has been coaching the job, and I'm like, why? What do they really want to come in on a team that needs obviously rebuilding, needs like a lot of shit redone, like figured out.
This is so I've been looking into that this week too. Like, this is really the best we could do, and that's not what happened. It's not that we didn't ask other people. We did it. We asked Peyton Manning to do it. Peyton was like, "Nah." I feel like what happened is and he even said this in his press conference about how much he loves Indianapolis, about how his formative years, like through his getting out of college, he went to Indianapolis for fucking 15, 16 season. That's where he was. His family's still there. He still has houses there. He comes back home all the time from his gigs with ESPN. So, like, I think this was Jim Irsay calling Jeff Saturday, asking for this for a favor, and he said, I'll do anything for the Colts organization. Sure, I'll be your head coach. I'll take whatever happens. I don't care. Like, if everyone wants to blame me, that's fine. I will take it on if that's what this team needs from me. I think it
I
was
just
literally that
really
kind of a
like Jeff
conversation.
Saturday, and it makes me want to watch the Colts. And I have not wanted to watch the Colts all year.
I don't want to watch the Colts.
I want to watch the Colts now. I want to see what
So,
these players do. What are they gonna
I'll
do?
tell you
Are they
this.
gonna run in I formation? Are we gonna see some like gun? Are we gonna? What's the defense gonna look like? Is the
Defense
defense?
is fine. Our defense has actually been pretty darn good.
I mean, you kind of
The
have to
reason
be
why teams
competitive
have
at
been
least.
scoring on us at all is because our offenses are putting the defenses in terrible positions.
You can only go up from here,
It's
right?
true. I feel like we're the bottom of the bottom, and we can only from here. I will say this about this current week: we're playing the Raiders, and a buddy at work, he's a big betting person, and he's tracked this for 4 or 5 years. Anytime a team loses their head coach, they get straight fired, and the team like that head coach. So not like the Panthers situation where they didn't really like their head coach, but the Colts loved Frank Wright. The players did.
Hmm.
Him getting fired, he says, my buddy swears that that team almost always wins the next week. Might not win another game for the rest of the season, but the week after that coach gets fired, they always show up. If you're a
And
betting person and you want to make a nice bet this weekend, the Colts are minus 6 points. So they're giving the Colts, or plus 6. They're giving the Colts 6 points against the Raiders. That's a smash bet.
I must say that might be the play to do. If you're listening to this podcast and you make some money, man, that's on us. But hey, if you lost, that's not on us. We didn't force you
It's
to
not
do
on
it.
us. If you're
Good
going to
luck.
watch the Indianapolis games like I am the rest of the season, my advice is to make prop bets to get you through the whole thing.
Yeah.
You probably ain't going to win any games for the rest of the season. Not that I even want to. Maybe we just we lose out. You know, the Dolphins did the tank for Tua. They got Tua. Tua's great. Maybe we tank for Bryce Young or one of the other stud quarterbacks coming up. See how the season plays out. But make those prop bets to stay interested in the meantime.
And
That's all I really got to say on my Colts.
yeah, just a quick summary. The Dolphins and Colts kind of have switched like
Bulls.
roles in the league. It's
Yeah.
incredible. I love to see it. I know you hate to see it, but with
Maybe one of these seasons we'll both be riding high and we'll be like, hey, we're going to play each other in a playoff fucking game. Let's see if we can get tickets.
oh, it'd be so great to have two playoff teams. Oh, right there.
That'd be awesome. See our Indianapolis Colts versus your
Dolphins.
your Dolphins in the AFC Championship one year. That'd be amazing.
Ooh.
But see, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know this about our Lobe, we have a fantasy podcast as well, and our fantasy league as well, and we do our championship like trophy presentation and stuff during playoff games. It would be amazing if we could do a Colts versus
Yes.
Dolphins.
Yes,
Fucking
that would be
party.
great. Dude,
Really awesome.
yes.
But
We gotta
it's probably not
that's gotta
happening
happen
this year.
at some point. It probably
According
will.
to our history, it should happen, right?
Hopefully
40
the
more
Colts
years,
don't
50
have
more
like a
years?
decade of mediocrity like the Dolphins. Or really, the Dolphins have been 40 years of mediocrity. And if you,
Oh man.
yeah, if
Tell me
you've
that. That's
been
so sad.
a fan that long, go ahead and put a comment down below. Tell me how you feel about my fandom, and if you feel the same. If you don't, if you feel like I'm a poor Dolphin fan, I'm only here for the good weather, then yeah, maybe. It's fucking Miami, baby.
If you're a Colts fan out there, go ahead and leave me a little crying emoji. I feel you.
Yeah, there's y'all kind of had it coming with 2 decades of stellar plus 10 plus 11 win seasons. It's about time, I must say. I hate to see any team really fail, but if it's gonna be any team, might as well be New England and Indianapolis. And if they both fall at the same time, God bless America, right? No. Ryan's upset about that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time on LOBEcast. Hit the subscribe, damn it.